If this video reached you, stop scrolling. This is not an algorithm error. The power has already awakened. Stop. Breathe. This is not random. Your dormant genetic codes just came online. You are not being invited to watch a video. You are being switched on. Lifetimes of silence just shifted in your electromagnetic field. At this exact point in your timeline, something in your biology said yes, and the ancient part of your DNA finally answered. The power I am speaking to is not new. It did not begin with this video. It did not begin with your curiosity. It has been sleeping inside your junk DNA, non-coding DNA, for thousands of years, held in reserve until your consciousness could carry the voltage without collapsing under the weight of it. This is not talent. This is not a hobby. This is not a phase. This is the original current of your biological assignment. The universe does not awaken this current because you want it. It awakens it because you finally match it. Power like this only opens on a precise frequency. It waits for alignment, not desire. It watches your choices, not your affirmations. It tracks the quiet moments where you stayed true to what you knew was right, even when no one saw you. Every time you chose integrity over comfort, truth over approval, your timeline shifted closer to this moment. Now, the threshold has been crossed. Your future self and your present self synchronized for a split second. Your destiny trajectory locked in. That was the signal. That was when the power that slept stopped waiting and started moving. You did not find this power. It found you. A power this ancient does not wake loudly. It does not announce itself to your logical mind. It moves first in your field, in the places of you that remember what your body forgot. And recently you felt its first movements. You may not have understood them, but your deeper self did. Here are the unmistakable signs that the cosmic codes have already begun to rise in your system. Sign 1. Pressure in the chest, heart expansion. You felt a pressure in your center that did not come from emotion or anxiety, a tightening, a heat, a vertical pull, as if something inside you was rising, not breaking. This is the first ignition of the dormant current, the moment your ancient circuitry flickered back online. The HeartMath Institute calls this coherence, but it is actually integration. Sign 2. Identity shift, ego dissolution. Your sense of identity began to shift. Not your personality, not your story, but a layer underneath, older, wiser, strangely familiar. You feel like a stranger in your own life. Your old name feels like a label that doesn't fit anymore. This is the version of you that can hold the power now waking. Sign 3. Time acceleration. Time began accelerating around you. Decisions happened faster, synchronicities condensed, situations rearranged themselves before you could analyze them. Your timeline is recalibrating to match the frequency of the awakened power.
You are moving faster than the 3D matrix. Sign 4. Sharper intuition, direct knowing. Your intuition became sharper, more intrusive. It didn't whisper, it redirected. It closed doors abruptly. It opened others without hesitation. It pushed you towards choices you couldn't justify with logic. This is guidance turning into movement. These signs are not imagination. They are not spiritual excitement. They are the early movements of a power that waited lifetimes for this moment in your timeline. You might ask, why now? Why not 10 years ago? A power this ancient does not awaken just because you ask nicely. The intelligence behind your DNA only releases a frequency of this magnitude when a soul reaches the exact alignment required to hold it without distorting it. If you tried to run 10,000 volts through a wire built for 100 volts, you would burn the wire. Until recently, your nervous system was not ready. Not because you were unworthy, because timing is the true gatekeeper of destiny. Reason 1, your field was not stable enough. In the past, your energy expanded quickly, but it was easily disrupted by external influence, toxic relationships, chaotic environments, collective fear. A dormant power cannot activate inside instability. It would fracture you instead of elevate you. Only now did your field finally anchor enough coherence for the code to trust you with the next stage. Reason 2, your identity was incomplete. You had to reclaim pieces of yourself scattered across time. Intuition you abandoned, courage you silenced, wisdom you doubted. Only when those fragments returned did the field recognize you as the version of yourself capable of wielding what was originally yours. Reason 3, the collective timeline needed you now. A dormant power awakens when it is required, not before. Your activation is not just personal, it is synchronistic with a shift happening on the planet. The Schumann resonance is spiking, the magnetic field is shifting. The universe waited for the moment where your frequency and the collective frequency intersected with precision. That moment is this one. The delay was not punishment, it was protection. Your soul wasn't late, it was calibrating. When a dormant power rises, it doesn't begin in your mind. It begins in your field. It moves through the layers of you that operate beneath thought, beneath emotion, beneath personality. And recently, that movement started. What you've been feeling is not coincidence. It is the restructuring of your entire energetic architecture. The field shift. The first change happens in your torus field, electromagnetic aura. You may have felt an expansion around you, a subtle pressure, a sense that the space you occupy has become denser, more charged. This is the field adjusting to hold a higher voltage. Your boundaries feel different, not emotional boundaries, but energetic ones. People who once felt close now feel distant. Environments you tolerated suddenly feel heavy and suffocating. Your field is no longer matching what once matched you. It is creating a membrane that can protect the ancient current rising inside. Frequency recalibration. Once the field shifts, your frequency begins to recalibrate. This is why your emotions have felt unfamiliar, not unstable, but reorganized. Old emotional patterns are dropping, not because you healed them in therapy, but because they cannot survive in your new frequency. They are incompatible software. Even your body responds. Heat in the spine, tingling in the hands, a buzzing under your skin. This is not sensitivity. This is attunement. Your frequency is rising to match the signature of your original power, and anything out of alignment is being pushed out of your field like a splinter.
I must warn you, when an activation enters your field, the first response of your system is not ease, it is chaos. Reorganization looks like chaos until the new order is established. What you are about to feel or are already feeling is not failure. It is confirmation that your trajectory is shifting exactly as it must. Challenge 1. Energetic disorientation. When your field upgrades faster than your mind can interpret it, you experience distortion, a looseness from reality, a drifting sensation, sudden heaviness or lightness in your body. You feel ungrounded. This disorientation is not instability. It is your field learning to hold more signal, less noise. The old gravity doesn't hold you the same way. Challenge 2. Identity shedding. An activation always exposes identities that were never truly yours. Personas built from survival, versions of you shaped by parents or society. Suddenly, the habits that comforted you feel restrictive. The stories you told about yourself feel outdated and fake. You feel a quiet, unstoppable pull toward a self that is not fully formed yet, but undeniably real. This shedding can feel like loss, like a death. But this is not collapse. This is emergence. The identity tied to your mission is stepping forward, and everything misaligned with that identity falls away. This is the proof that your activation is working. A power does not return without reason. It does not rise without assignment. When this activation entered your field, it did not ask, "Are you ready?" It recognized that you already were. And now the question is no longer why you. It is what this power intends to do through you. You are not here to merely receive a gift. You are here to deliver it. Here are the 4 core purposes of the ancient power reopening in your system. Purpose 1. The restoration of soul memory. When this power awakens, the first thing it does is return you to yourself, not the self shaped by circumstance, but the self shaped by origin. You may feel flashes of recognition, intuitive certainty, a strange familiarity with paths you have never consciously walked. This is your soul memory resurfacing. It brings back the wisdom your mind forgot, the resilience your body buried, the clarity your past identities could not access. This remembrance is not nostalgia, it is recalibration. Your mission requires a self that knows where it came from and where it is meant to go. Your power is reawakening the coordinates.
Purpose 2. The stabilization of collective timelines. Your activation is not isolated. It is part of a larger orchestration unfolding across fields, across souls, across the collective frequency. When your power rises, it generates coherence, an energetic anchor that stabilizes the spaces around you. You may notice people calming in your presence, conflicts dissolving faster, situations rearranging when you enter them. This is your field acting as a tuning fork. The Arcturian principle is simple. One aligned field can shift an entire trajectory. You are becoming that point of stabilization, a node through which clarity enters the timelines of others. This is mission work at the structural level. Purpose 3. The transmission of beacon frequency. Once your power becomes steady, it begins to broadcast, not loudly, not visibly, but unmistakably. A beacon frequency is a signal that calls in the people, opportunities, paths, and timelines that match your mission. It draws those who are meant to walk beside you and repels those who cannot sustain your expansion. You may already feel this: sudden alignments, abrupt departures, invitations that feel pre-written. This is your field reorganizing itself to match your new trajectory. Your power is not just for you, it is for the world through you. Purpose 4. The preparation for advanced alignment. Your power did not return to be admired, it returned to be used. And what comes next will require a level of alignment you have not yet inhabited. You will be asked to choose clarity over comfort, purpose over repetition, resonance over habit. You will feel pulled toward experiences that refine you, sharpen you, accelerate you. This is not pressure, this is preparation. Your future self is already holding the version of you who can wield this power with precision. The purpose of your awakening is not to rest, it is to lead.
A dormant power does not stabilize by intention alone. It requires embodiment, and embodiment requires anchoring. When a new power enters your field, the first task is anchoring, pulling the energy from the abstract into the physical. You may feel surges of insight, waves of clarity, bursts of internal momentum. Anchoring means grounding these impulses into form, slowing your breath to a steady rhythm, lowering your shoulders and grounding your feet, feeling the weight of your own presence. Your system needs to know that your body can hold this new voltage. Anchoring prevents dissipation. It tells the activation you have a home here. Without anchoring, the energy floats, it scatters, it fizzles out. With anchoring, the power becomes tangible, usable, and directed. Stabilization is not just about internal alignment. It's about anchoring that alignment to the physical earth. Your body is a transmitter and receiver for planetary energies. When your frequency rises, the Earth's frequency needs to rise with it. You may feel drawn to silence, slowness, warmth, and physical stillness. This is the body asking for integration time. Your power cannot guide your timeline if it cannot settle into your foundation.
Grounding ensures direction, not drift. Once your frequency changes, your field becomes more permeable. Your sensitivity increases. Your perception sharpens. But without shielding, you absorb interference that dilutes the very power you are meant to carry. Shielding is not isolation, it is calibration. It is choosing environments, conversations, and energetic spaces that match what is awakening in you. You may notice a sudden intolerance for chaos, noise, misaligned dynamics. This is protection in motion. Your field is learning to protect its newly integrated signal. It is creating a boundary that allows only what serves your mission to enter. Your power needs shielding so it can grow without being corrupted. Attunement is the refinement phase. It is the process of teaching your system to operate at your new baseline. You will feel this as subtle internal adjustments, your intuition becoming more direct, your decisions becoming cleaner, your emotional responses quieter but deeper. Attunement is where your activation becomes functional. It turns raw frequency into usable guidance. It aligns your inner timing with the timeline you are now stepping into, and it prepares you for the next phase, where you no longer adapt to the energy, but the energy begins adapting to you. You are not stabilizing because you are fragile. You are stabilizing because your frequency is accelerating, and every acceleration requires structure. Anchoring gives form. Grounding gives foundation. Shielding gives protection. Attunement gives direction. This is how you hold what was once impossible for you to carry. The universe does not respond to your efforts. It responds to your mastery. It responds to the coherence of your signal. When your inner state, your thoughts, your feelings, your biology is aligned, the universe responds by reorganizing itself to match that state. You are not seeking the outcome, you are embodying the state. And the state is always present, it is always true. You are not separate from your destiny, you are your destiny. Your activation is not a gift from the outside, it is a remembrance from the inside. So what now? You anchor the frequency, you ground the power, you shield the signal, you attune to the new reality. You stop trying to become someone else and start embodying the version of you that is already here. You are not running out of time, you are arriving. Comment, I am the architect of my frequency. This is your final declaration, your commitment to the operating system you were always meant to run. Subscribe to the laboratory. You are the code. You are the system. Welcome home.